When I was a college student, I believed something very deeply, and it was reinforced throughout my education. This belief, it was like when we respect our lecturer, our teacher, we should not challenge the knowledge that they are delivered. So you, as a good student, that was my belief at that time. As a good student, we should take notes, we should memorize, and then never question something that will challenge the teacher or the lecturer. And this thought was reinforced, believed, taught throughout my education. Until the thought came to me when we were having the study, like, I feel like, oh, this is my professor, this is my lecturer. How could you question your teacher or your lecturer that graduates from reputable university? In Asian culture like us, it's impossible, we will not dare to say, Professor, I disagree with you. Will you dare to say that to your lecturer, that you disagree with them? I didn't at that time. And then years passed. I was awarded a scholarship and pursued my study to the United Kingdom. It was a one-year program for my master degree. And this was the moment that changed everything. That changed my definition about respect, about knowledge, and about boundaries. So I was studying with a professor. It was a professor, very respected professor from British Council. If you ever heard about British Council, this is a very respected professor, and I studied with him in language testing and assessment, since I was majoring teaching English to speakers of other languages. So my friend from Vietnam, when the lecturer was explaining, she raised her hand like this. Sorry, I disagree with you. My experience was kind of different, Goksing. I was so shocked. Oh my God, how arrogant. I feel like, wow, the lecturer gonna be made. You are done, you are done. But to my surprise, the response of my lecturer was like, wow, Eddie, interesting. You have a different perspective. Tell me more about that. No embarrassment, no shame, no anger. It was just all listening the explanation from my friend. How could she has the different perspective? And from that moment, I was thinking that, so there is a difference in our academic culture when we in Indonesia was taught that when we respect our teacher, we should never challenge them. We should never question the knowledge that delivered to us. So my speech today, everyone, this is not an attack toward any university. This is not a criticism toward any lecturer. But this is the way we will think about how does academic system becoming different, what kind of graduates each system produced. So in my perspective, we have the thing that we call as power. So power is unavoidable. In a classroom, when you are already in a class, it means that someone has to decide the syllabus, someone has to decide the assessment, and someone has to grade your assessment. And we should think about this power. Does the power that we have as an academician, does it silence students? Does it invite students to think? Or does it make our students being critical? Or will it make our students afraid, feeling afraid? What kind of graduates that we will produce in our academic system? So from my perspective, when I was studying in the UK, it was like a moment that changed everything. When I feel like when we, the student, only stay silent and only ask several safe questions, our lecturer will ask us, "You okay? Yeah, please ask something. Challenge this idea. Disagree with us. Don't just stay silent." This is really a challenge for most of Asian students at that time. It's hard to disagree. It's hard to say, "I disagree with you." That's not a culture in our academic realm. And most of all, the most terrifying things to me as an Asian student, my lecturer, they do not want to be addressed by their title, professor, doctor. So they told me, "Oh, Dina, don't call me professor. Don't call me with my title. That's annoying." So they told me, "Just call me Matt. Just call me Rob." So will it be possible for me, an Asian learner, calling my lecturer, "Hi Matt, hi Rob"? Well, that's kind of shocking of us, an Asian student. But from that, I learned the different reality, the different feeling when we call our lecturer as their name. It creates a relationship where they treat us like college, not subordinate. So this is where the power has boundaries. When I have my thesis supervision at that time, you will be surprised. The first time the thesis supervisor was announced, it was the lecturer that approached us, sending email to us. "Hi Dina, I will be your supervisor. This is my responsibility for you. This is what I can expect from you. And I will not direct you in your research. You have to think by yourself." And we call it like dissertation in the UK. For the graduate degree, for bachelor degree, we call it undergraduate thesis. But for master degree in the UK, it only takes 1 year program. So it is really a pressure. If you guys later want to pursue your master degree, if you want to feel the pressure and graduate soon, go to the UK. 1 year program. But if you guys want to relax a little bit, I will recommend Australia. It's a 2 years master program. And then the supervision of my dissertation at that time, we are only allowed to being supervised 4 times. And the time is already decided. So we never get to decide. We never need to text our lecturer, "Sir, I'm sorry, are you available today? Where can I meet you?" But it is the lecturer that sent email to us. "Dina, next month we will meet at this hour. Come to my room." So it's only 4 times. And then only 1 revision. 4 times is for the discussion, what you are going to do with your chapter. And for every chapter, the university will have a meeting. They will gather all students like this, what you will need to discuss in every chapter, what you will need to write in every chapter. And then when I met my supervisor, we discussed it, and then there is no contact happened outside email. So we never get a chance to contact our lecturer through WhatsApp, through personal chat. So it's all supervised by the university. And the way of this communication, it gives boundaries of how much power a lecturer can have. From my experience, not only my experience, but a lot of stories that I have heard in the Indonesian system. With all due respect, without the meaning, without the intention to underestimate our education system, we have a lot of strength, but the strength also gives weakness to us in a way that we don't expect. Our lecturers in Indonesia, mostly they are very busy. Sometimes the response comes very late because they have a lot of tasks, teaching, researching, community service, while in the UK, lecturers do not have a lot of responsibilities like that. There is a lecturer who focuses on teaching. There is a lecturer who is really focused on being a researcher. So not all at once. So I guess that's why they are not really that busy. While in Indonesia, our lecturers has 3 main duties. That's why it makes them very busy. So I guess we can understand a little bit how could the response come so late. We text them today, the response comes in 2 or 3 days. Or have you guys ever got the response in 1 day? But in the UK, even through email, you get the response in 3 hours. And if it is about supervision of the dissertation, the response will be in 3 days. You will get all being commented, being suggested. You get an insight, you get the comment, what is lack, what you need to do about your current chapter. So what I want to highlight in our system, most of academic system in our country, we treat the students as our subordinates. While in the UK, we were treated as college friend. Imagine coming to your supervisor and then they say like, oh yeah, Dina, what you have today? What have you done? Rather than feeling like freezing in the room, feeling afraid of what to say, you are free to explain what you have researched. You will not be guided to change your research. You will not be told to change something that's already fixed in you. So this kind of system, there are 2 systems that we are discussing here. It gives a different perspective on what kind of graduates will we produce. Will we want to produce a graduate that remains silent and only asks several questions, which is only a safe question? Or we expect to have the graduates from the universities that's having higher order critical thinking. They have power to say what they want. They have power to say that they disagree with what we are delivering to the students. And I will presume that we want to produce the graduates that have the power, that have the voice to say what they want with all due respect. We don't want to produce the silent graduates that's not brave to say what they are feeling. One of my friends, when he had the supervision, he had to pick up his lecturer's children from school. He had to buy foods from the lecturer. He had to go to the houses of his lecturers and bringing foods or bringing like the pricey cigarettes. Or even the worst thing happening. We have heard that a lot, I presume. Some lecturers even mentioned that, oh yeah, come to the hotel. And this happened not only once. Because there should be a boundary. Supervision is the moment when hierarchy treating the students like they are the subordinate of the lecturers. While in the UK, they treat the student as their colleague, as a friend to discuss. Your supervisor acts like your friend. They told you, oh, this is a good thing to do, but you might need to consider this reference as well. There is no way they will mention like, please buy me food first. So in this kind of era, I do hope that we think again about our academic system, about the boundaries that needs to be applied, to be implemented, especially in higher education system. Will this keep happening? Will students keep suffering because of the hierarchy? Or will we create the hierarchy that having boundaries, but students still respect their lecturer? So in the future, we do expect the graduate that can have a voice in a global space. We can compete with the graduate from all over the world. The UK, the Australia, the American, who are really, really famous of having critical thinking. Even me as an Asian coming to the UK at that time, I was really shocked by the system. I was really shocked of how learning was conducted. A lot of Asians struggled for the critical thinking because we didn't experience it in class. During our education, even throughout my education, never once I told my lecturers I disagree with them. Because our parents, even specifically my parents, also mentioned, never told your lecturer that you don't agree with their opinion. They will feel disrespected. But that's the way knowledge is. There is no absolute knowledge these days, right? There is a researcher find a new theory today. 2 years later, another theory has also been found. So knowledge has always been upgraded. So that's why having a student with critical mind is actually fortunate things for the lecturer. Because they can always mention, oh, that's interesting. I will think about that as well. Now, I'm also a teacher. So I also have a lot of critical students in my class. Whenever they mention something really critical, I feel really proud of them. I feel like, oh, we have a lot of promising graduates in the future, promising young men, young generation, that give us hope that our country have the critical mind in the future. So today I do hope that this talk will remind you guys it's okay to be critical, but doing it with respect. It's okay to voice the boundaries. It's okay to limit your boundaries. It's okay to voice your opinion. So I guess that's all. Thank you so much.